Hi, I have been feeling called to make this video for days now, and so I think now is finally the time. Really, the purpose of this video is to provide some sense of stability and calm in people's systems while we're going through the shifts that we're going through. Despite what you believe or think to be true about the situation we're all in, there are things that we have in common, which is things that will help to stabilize and strengthen our system. Some of the things that I like to use regularly, there's actually 3 that I'm going to share with you today, or tonight. I'm actually outside in the garden right now. I thought, this can't wait another day, it needs to happen right now, so here we are. So, the first one is grounding. Grounding is, if you're not familiar with it, it's an energetic exercise that literally helps us move our energy, the energy in our system, the energy in our chakras, the energy that flows throughout, within, around our system, moving it down into the earth. Doing this helps to stabilize the system, not just energetically, but it also helps to support the nervous system and the adrenals. So there's several ways you can do this. One of the easiest is literally to lay on the earth. When you lay on the earth, you can just relax and drop into it and feel the earth hold you and support you, knowing that no matter what's going on, the earth is there for you. No matter how things change, what feels different, unfamiliar, the earth is always there for you. So you feel that and you trust that. You feel that presence and just let yourself rest into that. So that's one of the easiest ways. One of the more active ways, which again, there's many ways to do this as well, is to either sit or stand or even lay. And you don't have to be outside on the earth. You can be anywhere. You can even be on the 20th story of an apartment building and do this exercise. So you literally are wanting to move the energy. I mean, so much of us right now are in our heads, right? Especially if we're feeling fear. That tends to draw the energy up and around here. And so we feel kind of dizzy sometimes and not so present, and this helps to bring the energy down. And so we're using the earth to anchor our energy. So what we want to do is literally feel as if you are a large tree. And as a large tree, you're breathing your energy and roots down into the earth. Deep down into the earth. So you breathe in and then you breathe out. And as you breathe out, you're imagining these roots growing deep, deep, deep. This large network of roots just growing deep into the earth, into the core, past it, around it. You imagine the largest root ball you could possibly imagine, taking up the entire center of the earth. So you imagine that, and then one thing I like to do is that as I breathe back in, I feel myself breathing that energy into my system, down from the root chakra, or the sacral, or your pelvis, your pubic area, or if you're standing, it would be your feet. So that's where you start from, or those places. And then when you breathe back in, you're breathing in through those places, up through the body, and then out the top of your head. And then you're anchoring out into the heavens. So you imagine that you're a huge tree still, and you have a very large canopy. And this large canopy is something that envelops the entire earth from all sides. So it goes out into the heavens, and then all around is this giant canopy. So then you bring your energy back in, back down into the earth, and then back up, out into the heavens, back down, into the earth. And you can do this as long as you'd like. The more often you do this, you'll find that the quicker you're able to ground your energy. It's something that your system becomes accustomed to and can do pretty quickly. So there's various ways to do this, but that's one way that I've been doing more recently. So check that one out. Second thing I like to do is to cut cords. Whenever we are involved with any thought even, but people especially, we think of them, or we read comments on social media or posts on social media, or we listen to the news, God forbid, we are tuning into a particular energetic. And so with cutting cords, you're trying to sever those ties. Those ties are something that are heavy energetically, and they can definitely trigger fear that's already present in you and multiply it and amplify that. So a way to cut cords, a really simple way to do that, is to literally imagine and see and feel as you close your eyes where those heavy cords are and what part of your body they're at, and just sense them. And as you sense them, and even if you're imagining it, that's okay too if you can't actually sense them. Just where might you feel those? So you imagine yourself cutting them as if you were actually using your arm to cut them off, or you can just close your eyes and just see like a sword slicing through them. You can even ask different guides or angels to help you with this as well. So it's literally just severing those ties. You can ask, your guides and helpers, please help me cut energetic ties between those and anyone who doesn't, is not of my best interest at this time. Or really, it's not just people who aren't of your best interest. It's any ties that, you could have amazing loved ones, but you don't want to be picking up their stuff. And so the intention is just to cut off those energetic cords. So that's another thing. And then lastly, something that I have found to be incredibly beneficial is to just stop, pause. Somewhere around early to mid-afternoon, I feel tired much of the time. And when I just let myself lay down or just sit, I feel like there's some energy that's needing to integrate. We all know we're going through big shifts, and much of those big shifts are energetic and cosmic in nature. So allowing the system to catch up, just give it a little bit of a break, and just close your eyes. Take a few moments, a few minutes, and maybe you'll drift off and take a little cat nap. Maybe you'll feel some energy processing and some different sensations, and that's okay. Just be easy on yourself right now. Be easy on yourself, and all of these tools will help you handle what's going on better. And there's many things, there's many other things that I can introduce and suggest, like eating plenty of glucose, healthy glucose from fruits, raw honey, staying hydrated. There's so many things that we can do to care for ourselves, but those 3 things I have found to be really helpful to do throughout the day, and I really hope that they serve you well as well. I believe that this is a time of great change and opportunity, and where you are at mentally and in your heart is going to have a big impact on how you experience this shift. And I truly hope that it brings about the most benevolent and balancing changes for you possible. We're all in this together. Don't forget that.